Welcome to the Mindspo podcast. My name's Rochelle Fox. I am your host, and in today's episode, we are diving right in. It is the beginning of a year. We are turning a chapter. We are starting a new 365-day book. And whether you are listening to this podcast episode at the beginning of the year or midway through the year, this one is going to be full of high vibe, actionable energy. Because I really sat down for today's podcast and I thought to myself, this is such a pivotal time of the year because so many people are ready to change. They are ready to transform. They're ready to take action. And this gets me so pumped up because a lot of the time people are just coasting through life and it comes around once a year, but January's here. And this is the time where so many people actually start to realize, you know what? I am the creator of my reality. I am the author of my own story. I have the power to change and transform my life. And I want to remind you that you have that power and you have that opportunity every single day. You don't have to wait for January 1st to get into this energy, to change, to transform, to elevate, to start something new. But for some reason, there is something special about January, even though our calendars mean nothing and this is just a made-up date. There is a collective energy that we feel around this time of year. And I want to invite you to use this collective energy to really change and transform your life. So that is the intention of today's episode. I am here to bring the fire, to bring the heat, to bring that energy, to really encourage you and remind you that you are the creator of your own reality. Bitch, you can transform your life. You can make whatever it is that you will happen and bring it into existence. But to do that, you really need to take charge. You need to decide right here, right now, that you are the creator, that you are not a victim of your circumstances, that you are not stuck, you are not broken, you are not forever weighed down by the baggage of your past. You are able to change and transform just because you said so, regardless of the date. If you get into this energy of elevating, of moving, of shaking, of changing things up, and you step into this power, I fully believe that you can make incredible things happen in your life. So in today's episode, I'm going to be going over 5 things since we are going into 2025, the energy of 5 actionable, practical things that you can do right here, right now to take the reins back on your life and start to really unlock the true power within you. Starting with my first step. And this is really to unlock and understand the power of your attention and your awareness. You've got to really get this, okay? If you are someone that is currently wasting your attention and your awareness, scrolling infinity feeds, giving social media platforms all of your spare time, allowing anyone and anything just to take up your energy and take up your time, then you are literally giving over the power of creation to something outside of yourself. You are surrendering one of your most powerful innate gifts. Because here's the thing, you don't get to be here forever. In case you've forgotten that, I know that's not something we like to think about, but we're not here forever, right? Sure, our souls are eternal, the energy that we are is eternal, but you, as this flesh puppet, as this human being that you are, you're here for a short time. You are here for a really short time in the big picture. And you've got to take charge of that time. And you've got to make sure that you don't waste it. You don't just let it go idly by. You take control of that time and you do the things that you really desire. I'm not saying this to say, oh, you have to go and make these huge leaps and do these huge things and achieve all this stuff. No, that's not necessarily what I mean by that, but you need to realize that you only get a short amount of time being you as a human being. This is your one shot at you. So you've got to make the most of it. How do you want to spend your days? How do you want to spend your existence here on earth? How do you want to enjoy this experience? Because I see so many people just allowing their attention and their awareness to be sucked down a phone screen. Quite often I walk around and I look at people at cafes and at the beach and sitting with their partner at a dinner table at some kind of nice restaurant. And I see people just picking up their phones and zoning out to this never never-ending stream of content that is available to us at all times. And the thing is, you don't realize that when you give that content stream, when you give these algorithms your attention, when you give it your time and your energy, you are feeding it the most valuable currency that you have. You are literally surrendering your consciousness over to something else. And that thing outside of you is deciding where it puts your attention and where it puts your awareness. And depending on what you spend time focusing on and giving your energy and awareness to, that is going to dictate what your life becomes. If you constantly watch really low vibe content, if you are constantly consuming action movies and horror and a whole bunch of stuff that really jacks up your nervous system, your mind is going to be filled with action and horror and things that jack up your nervous system. If you spend your time stalking other people on social media from your past life when you used to be in an old job, or maybe from your high school, and you're comparing your life to their life and getting yourself in a comparison loop, then that's where your energy and your attention is going. Now, on the flip side, if you spend your energy and intention actually connecting with what's in front of you, where you are, the sounds around you, the nature around you, the people in your household that also have beating hearts, that are here, that are alive, that are part of your existence, that love you, then that's where you'll spend your time. If you spend your time scrolling TikTok and you get on an algorithm that is all about some kind of hectic gossip happening in the creator world and some influencer doing something, and then all of a sudden your whole entire feed is just a documentary of all of this gossip that's going on from all these different people's sources and all these different people's opinions, then that's where you're going to spend your time and your energy, and that's what's going to be in your consciousness. You're going to be thinking about gossip and other people and this whole entire situation that has nothing to do with you. And here's the thing, you can choose to spend your time on anything. You are the one who gets to choose where you put your attention and your awareness. Because although the mind wanders and it moves from place to place and it's constantly changing and thinking about new things, you have the power to pause and say, I don't want to think about that right now. I'm not interested in that. That's not lifting me up. That's not pushing me forward towards the life that I want to live or the things that I want to feel. And in doing that, you have the power then to remove your attention, to remove your awareness, to stop spending your time on whatever it is that is feeding you that thing that you're not interested in. And I think people forget that we are able to check out of the things that we are not interested in, but it takes self-control. It takes you bringing your power back and remembering that you can move your awareness. You have the power as a human being to decide, I don't want to think about that right now. I don't want to spend my time investing my awareness and my energy on that. So instead, I'm going to move my awareness somewhere else. And look, I gotta say, this becomes so much easier when you're a meditator. I've been meditating for 10 years, and this is one of the greatest gifts that meditation has given me. It has given me the controls back of my mind. It has allowed me to be able to move my awareness, to move my attention away from the things that I don't want and I don't desire, that are an absolute waste of time and not about the life I want to live, but are trying to grab my attention. And instead, it's given me the power to go, that's not where I want to go. I'm going to choose to put my awareness somewhere else. And one of the best ways you can start training your awareness is in the morning, first thing, make a hard rule from this video for the rest of your life. If you do this one thing, it will change your life. Decide that you are no longer looking at your phone. You are no longer looking at any kind of social media for the first hour of you waking up. No emails, no Twitter, no TikTok, no Instagram. Spend that first hour with your awareness and your attention consciously doing things that fill you up, that recharge you, that connect you with the life that you are living right now, with the elements, with the air, with your 5 senses. Allow yourself first thing in the morning to become fully present and choose where you want to put your awareness. Because when you wake up in the morning, the mind isn't as active. It isn't as busy. It's slower. Your brain waves are slower. You are in a more creative, open, imaginative state. So this is the most amazing time to dance, to journal, to move, to really sit in meditation or visualize, or to write down your goals, or to read a book, do some yoga, go for a walk, just literally sit with your coffee and daydream. Spend the first hour of your morning doing those things and come back in a month's time and tell me if it changes your life. Because I got to tell you, every single time I've challenged myself in my life to do this, the shifts have been profound. The way I feel, the way my mind feels is so incredibly different. So that is the first way that you can change and transform your life starting today. Challenge yourself, go do it, and let me know how you go. My second step to elevate your future and really transform your life is to stop investing your energy and intention in the past. The past is the past, my friend. Let it go. You're not going back there. What happened, happened. What they did, they did. What was said, was said. Let it go. Let it be. Let them say whatever they're going to say. Let them be however they're going to be. And in letting the past be whatever it was and letting go, give yourself permission to start creating from this moment, right here, right now, a new future for yourself, a new story for yourself. Because tomorrow is completely up in the air. You don't know what tomorrow is going to be. You don't know what tomorrow could bring. There is no prearranged script. There is no definite about tomorrow. Tomorrow isn't even guaranteed. Have you thought about that? Like, tomorrow isn't even guaranteed. You might not be here tomorrow. You don't know. We don't know. Anything could happen. This is life. This is being a human. This is the most incredible thing about being alive. It is this big, beautiful mystery. But here's the thing. Most people don't live a life of mystery or enchantment or awe or excitement because most people are allowing everything to be created from the past, from their subconscious mind, from a script back in the day, from 5 years ago where they were a completely different person and they're still holding on to this old version of themselves that makes them feel safe. But you don't have to be that version of you anymore. You can let that version of you go. You can release that and you can step into the present moment and instead create from here. Create from the what if, the now, the quantum where everything is possible. And how you can really practice this and action this is start to really bring your awareness and attention to the stories that are going on inside your mind. Where are you telling yourself a story about how things are going to be or what's going to happen? Where are you being a future teller when really the future telling that you're doing is actually you're just rehearsing what happened in the past and you're saying like, oh, well, this happened like this, so this is going to happen again. Well, no, I'm sorry. Just because it was like that back then doesn't mean that it's going to be like that right now. Like, my life is not a carbon copy of my past. It used to be. I used to live the same life over and over and over again on repeat. I used to live a loop of a life, constantly doing the same behaviors and the same things and getting stuck in this horrible cycle with the same thoughts and the same self-deprecating behaviors and the same habits. And it was like a loop that I couldn't break free of. But then I decided to really step into the role of being the creator of my reality. And I learned how to reprogram my subconscious mind. I learned how to start rewriting the stories and the scripts that were going on inside my head that were keeping me stuck. So I could actually pull my energy, pull my attention, pull my presence into the present moment, and I could start creating from the now. And from that place, so many magical things have happened. And instead of creating from the past and rehearsing some script from the past, I've instead started to create from the present, and I've started to predict my future because I'm constantly visualizing what it is that I want to create. I'm constantly rehearsing the things that I want to design in my life. And I'm allowing those to be just as real as this real life is. I create pictures in my head that are so visual and so real that I couldn't tell the difference between here and the pictures that I'm seeing. I couldn't tell the difference between talking to you right now in this room and the pictures that I'm seeing because I do this so regularly. And I do want to say, this is literally why I wrote my book, Magnetic. If you didn't know, if you're new to this podcast, I spent the last year writing a book called Magnetic, and it is literally called Magnetic, The Secret to Manifesting Health, Wealth, Love, and Happiness. And it is all about the subconscious mind and the power of really starting to design your life from a place of presence, from a place of being here right now and realizing that you are the creator of your life and you do not have to live off the old subconscious scripts that have been keeping you small. You don't have to live your life as a record of the past. You can create a new future for yourself. So my action step for you is I wrote a book that has all the steps, so you can pre-order that now or order it if you're listening after January 16th. I will put all the links down to that in the description box, but really start to take control of your subconscious mind. Start to take control of your story, because your story is what is creating your life, and you get to choose what that story is. You are the writer. Literally, you are the writer, you are the director, you are the creator. You are so much more powerful than you think. So stop investing that energy in the past and instead pull it into the future, right here, right now. Because honestly, that's where the magic happens. My third step is stop waiting to feel ready and just frickin' start. Honestly, being ready, it is not a feeling. It is a decision. I heard that exact quote from a great coach that I highly recommend following called Preston Smiles. And he posted that on Instagram a few years ago. And ever since then, I have been so passionate about sharing that exact same message, because so many people walk around in their life thinking that one day, one beautiful day when the sun is out, they're going to wake up and be like, oh, I feel so ready today. I feel so ready to change my life and do all those hard things that I've been avoiding for 6 months. All of those things that I've been thinking about. Today's the day that I'm going to do it all. Yeah, that hardly ever happens. For me, I don't think I have ever fully felt ready to do anything in my life. I have done everything ill-prepared, unready, messy, not always feeling the most confident, not always feeling the most empowered, but instead I've just decided today's the day. I'm just doing it. I'm just going to start because I need to start. I know that this is my one shot at being me. I know that I don't get to do this thing again. And I know, and I want you to know, that you can waste an eternity, your whole entire life. You could literally waste your whole entire life waiting to feel ready. How many people do you know who have said they're going to start something, who said they're going to launch the YouTube channel or do the blog or quit the job or go on the gap year or break up with that guy, and they just haven't? Maybe you're that person that I'm talking about, but I'm sure you know some people that are always saying they're going to do something, but they're never actually doing it. So many people live their lives like this. Don't be one of those people. Ready is not a feeling, it is a decision. Decide to start messy. Decide to start before you're ready. Decide to start and don't worry about it being perfect. Stop comparing your life to everyone else's life. Stop looking at someone that is 5 years ahead of you and then comparing your day 1 to their day 1000. You're not racing against that person. It's you against you. Okay, so you've got to pull out of your ego. You've got to pull out of that comparison. You've got to pull out of that bullshit story that is keeping you stuck. And you've just got to start. And don't worry about what it looks like. Don't worry if you don't feel incredible while you're doing it, because it is in that starting where you are going to start to feel that confidence, that energy, that momentum. And once you get that momentum, then you'll get addicted to that feeling of starting to make moves. You'll get in that flow and then things will just start to unfold. But it's never necessarily that easy when you first start. Every single time I've started something new, it has literally felt like I have been rolling a boulder up a hill. And then finally there comes a moment where I've got the boulder up the hill and then I push it down. And sometimes it feels like I'm running after the boulder because I've been pushing it up so much, I've been giving it so much leverage that then there's a tipping point and things just start to flow after that. But the boulder doesn't get up the hill by itself. Right? You don't get to where you want to be by just wishing and thinking and only visualizing and only planning. You've got to take action. So take the action. Stop waiting to feel ready in your life. Ready is a decision. Choose to start. Step number 4 is to become the director of your life. And one of the most powerful ways that you can do this is to unlock the power of your reticular activating system. So inside your mind, you have something called the RAS, the reticular activating system. And this system inside your mind is designed to focus on what you deem important. It is what sorts reality for you. Because if you were walking around in your day-to-day life and you were noticing every single little thing, it would literally just blow your head up. It would be way too much information because in every moment there are so many things going on. There are so many different bits of information that are flying around us at all times. So what our mind does in order to keep things in order and to help you really create your life and do the things that are important and prioritize the things that you want in your life is it uses your attention and your awareness to understand, what does this person find important? What is this person like? What are they not like? What are they scared of? What are they attracted to? What are they looking for? And what are they ignoring? And this is why when you walk around and you have something that you want in your life, say you want a new car and you decide you want a Mini Cooper, you'll be walking around the streets and you'll constantly see Mini Coopers because your reticular activating system knows that you're on the lookout for a Mini Cooper. It knows that you want that in your future. So then it starts noticing it for you. Now, if you today decided to search for a certain car, literally right here, right now, decide the car, any car that you want to try and find for the next week, you'll find that car. You'll be driving around, walking around, and you'll start seeing that car everywhere. And this is the power of the RAS. It is the thing that is taking information from you, the director, and showing you more of that. It is filtering your reality. So you need to use your RAS, your reticular activating system, to see and attract more of what it is that you desire. And one of the best ways I know how to do this, and the way that I have been directing my life for years and creating my reality, is through vision board movies. I made a whole entire app around vision board movies because I've been using them for over a decade. I started making vision board movies literally on my iMac back in the day. I realized that my vision board, so usually a vision board is just like a piece of cardboard where you put affirmations and pictures and you put a whole collection of things on a piece of cardboard. I was living in a really, really small place with my mom, and I would have this like vision board, but it didn't really make me feel anything. It was messy and it was cluttered, and I liked it, and I manifested things from my vision board, but I was so into editing and movies, and I loved YouTube, and I loved like making like little films on my laptop. So instead I got all of those images and all of those pictures that I had on my vision board, and I just kind of started making a movie with them, and I'd write affirmations with them and put music behind them, and I would just play these little movies every single day where I would watch my vision board come to life as a vision board movie. And it was this like super fun, empowering practice. And I did this for so many years. And because I used to watch my vision board movie every single day, and I still do, I have the pictures, the things, the affirmations, the feelings that I want to feel programmed first thing in the morning into my reticular activating system. So when I'm walking around, when I'm sitting down at my office, when I'm working, when I'm like out in the world, my mind is focusing on those pictures, on those affirmations, on those things that I've seen in my vision board movie. And it knows this is important to Rochelle. This is important to focus on. We need to create more of this because every single day, my RAS knows I sit down and I watch my vision board movie. Every single day, I think about my goals. Every single day, I think about my mission. Every single day, I focus my energy on what it is that I wish to create because I am the director of my life. You are the director of your life. You are not some idle passenger. Well, maybe you are right now. Maybe you're just like zooming around and just kind of like literally allowing, the world to navigate your whole entire life on cruise control. And that's probably why you feel stuck if you're doing that. If you're just like on cruise control and you're allowing your past trauma and your subconscious mind and all the bullshit stories from the past to be able to run the show, you probably feel like my life used to feel, which was just like a mess, right? But if you instead realize that you have the power to direct your energy, your attention, your awareness towards the things that you desire by using things like your reticular activating system, you can create a completely different life. So my action step for this one is, if you haven't already, download my app, the Mindspo app. It is literally all about creating a vision board movie. It is all about meditating and manifesting and reprogramming your subconscious mind. We created a program for you to be able to do this with ease, with beautiful high vibe music and affirmations. And honestly, this is one of the most powerful ways that you can take back control of your life by using your reticular activating system to focus on the things that you desire rather than just allowing all of the noise outside of you to direct your life. You can take your power back and and you can use these systems inside your mind to be the creator of your reality, to really become magnetic to the things that you truly desire. Step number 5 to elevate your life in 2025 and beyond is to really understand that community is your currency. And I don't mean that in some sleazy marketing way where the more audience you have or the more fans you have, the more money you're going to make, or the more you network, the more your net worth. Sure, all those things may be true, but that's not what I'm talking about. Community is currency because love and connection is truly the most valuable thing that we have as human beings. You can get to the top of your career or your life or your goals or whatever it is that you want to create. But if you don't have people to share it with, if you don't have someone to call and to connect with, then is it really the top? I don't know. For me, it's not. This is something that I'm really starting to learn a lot more in life. I've made the mistake of not spending enough time on community or family or friendship. I spent a lot of time, building businesses and doing things and creating a lot of beautiful things for myself and pouring into my work. And while that has been really rewarding and so on purpose for me, I realized that the memories that are the greatest and the ones that I cherish the most are when I was in community with other people. It was when I was connecting with other peers and other people that were interested in the same things I was interested in. It was when I was spending time on retreats, just talking to someone about their life and having a deep and meaningful conversation with someone that was a stranger that then decided to say yes to doing an experience with me and my team. And then I've just learned so much about them, and I've felt so much richer after that conversation because of what they've shared. It's realizing that my parents are getting older, and my dad especially is getting older, and I want to spend more time with him. And when I have spent more time with him, I've left feeling so much more fulfilled, so much happier, so much more connected to my roots. And I think we all go through stages in our life where we live maybe a little bit more of a lonely existence, where we hustle a little bit more, when we sacrifice. But I want to encourage you to not sacrifice your friendships, not sacrifice your family, not to sacrifice human connection, because we really need it. Having a beautiful, solid family in your life is so important. And I don't mean just a family that you were born with. I mean creating family in a new way as well. You can make your friends family. You can make your online community like your family. And you can really bring people together around common values and make a deep and meaningful connection that is really going to impact you and them in such a profound way. I really do believe that in 2025 and beyond, that community is the new rich. It's the new currency, because humans need community more than ever before. And community does really make you rich in a way that truly matters. So there you have it. Those are my 5 steps to elevate your life in 2025 and beyond. If you haven't already, be sure to go out and pre-order my debut book, Magnetic. I've got to talk about it. It's only a few more weeks until it comes out. And like I said, so many of these points and these things that I've mentioned really, tie back to Magnetic and the work that I have detailed in this book. I really do believe if you are someone that is looking to transform your life and become the best version of you, then this book is going to be such a beautiful guide and companion. And I do want to say, if you do pre-order the book before January 16th, you get to unlock a massive collection of pre-order bonuses. We also have a competition going on right now where everyone that pre-orders the book before January 16th can go in the draw when you fill out a form, which I'm going to have down below in the description box. You can go in the draw to win a retreat for you and your best friend on my Empress retreat in Cyprus that I host with my dear friend, Megan Rose Lane. And also everyone that pre-orders gets a whole bunch of bonuses. So not only do you go in the draw to win that prize, but you get a whole bunch of bonuses, including access to what I'm calling the Magnetic Portal. And this is a community portal. When I wrote this book, I realized that I wanted to create community around this book. I wanted to bring people together around this work. So I have this epic community page where everyone that pre-orders the book is gathering. We are having lots of conversations on there. I'm going to be doing workshops for everyone that pre-ordered the book and giving you so many beautiful, delicious bonuses to really help you elevate your life in 2025 and beyond. So I'm fired up. That was such a fun episode. I'm sending you so much love. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, be sure to share it with a friend. I feel like everybody needs a little bit of a pump up around this time of year. And I'm sending you so much love, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for joining me for this episode. You can discover more from Mindspo on Instagram and TikTok by following @Mindspo and myself @Rochelle_Fox. If this episode inspired you, then please pass it on and share the love. And lastly, always remember, you create your own reality. So go and make some magic.